Your person has been searching for you everywhere, physically, mentally, and emotionally. No matter where they go or what they do, they can feel your energy surrounding them like a constant, unshakable presence. They are haunted by the memory of you, by the things they didn't say, and especially by the things they did. Guilt consumes them. It's not just a passing emotion, it runs deep, riddling them with regret. They're in their feelings heavily now, grappling with emotional turmoil they can no longer deny. Unable to cope, they're projecting their frustrations onto the karmic people around them, those who they may have once thought could replace you. But now, with full clarity, they realize that no one compares to you. These other connections feel hollow and forced, and every attempt to distract themselves only ends in more disappointment. This emotional storm has stirred a profound awakening in them. Your person is preparing to come back into your life, not just to return temporarily, but to offer something more substantial. They are finally realizing the depth and value of the connection you once shared, and this time, they want to make it official. They can sense that you've started to pull away. That deep soul bond you shared still transmits energy, and they feel it growing faint. You're no longer holding on so tightly. You're moving ahead, perhaps even losing hope that this union will ever come into balance. And that terrifies them. It's this fear of losing you forever that is now pushing them to act. What they didn't expect was that, in your solitude, you would find peace. You've shifted your energy inward, creating a sanctuary for yourself, a space to heal, grow, and rediscover your worth. You're not waiting around anymore. Instead, you've focused on learning new things, diving into your passions, and boosting your creativity. You've tapped into your own inner light, and it's shining brighter than ever before. This transformation hasn't gone unnoticed. Your person can feel that you've changed, that you're no longer the same version of yourself who once chased them or tolerated their indecisiveness. They hurt you deeply, and they know it. At the time, they may have thought you would always be there, waiting in the background while they figured things out. But you've proven them wrong. Perhaps you told them, whether in words or silently through the energy you now radiate, go feed your own ego. I'm going to be busy and happy in my own little world. That message has echoed in their mind, louder each day. They're beginning to understand that you never needed them, you simply loved them. And now, they can't bear the thought of living without you. They underestimated you. They ignored you when you needed them most. They misjudged your silence as weakness, and your kindness as dependency. But you've shown them what true strength looks like. In hindsight, they realize just how wrong they were about you. That misreading has become one of their greatest regrets. They know now that their in and out behavior, their inconsistency, and their failure to show up for the connection has caused irreparable damage. And yet, they still hope that it's not too late, hope that something can still be salvaged. What they don't fully realize is that while they were running from the connection, you were rising. Every ending you faced became fuel for a new beginning. The toxic patterns, the heartbreak, the letting go, it all led to your rebirth. You've evolved emotionally, spiritually, and creatively. A new chapter is beginning for you, one that doesn't rely on anyone else to feel complete. But in the divine timing of life, this evolution is not just personal. It's also spiritual. It's preparing you both for something much greater than just romance. A new life is emerging, not just for you, but for both of you. All the pain, all the confusion, all the karmic lessons were not in vain. They were leading you both toward a spiritual awakening, toward clarity, and ultimately toward union. The time for avoidance and denial is coming to an end. A reality check is taking place, and it's clearing the path for a sacred, divinely guided beginning. This isn't just about love, it's about fulfilling a soul mission. The journey you've shared is far from ordinary. It carries a higher purpose, one that's tied to healing, growth, and service, not just to each other, but to the world around you. This next phase won't be easy. It will require vulnerability, trust, and an open heart. But the foundation is being laid. You've done your part by healing, by choosing yourself, by walking away when love didn't meet you with the same energy. Now, the universe is aligning circumstances to bring clarity, truth, and reconciliation. You and your person are being guided toward a reunion that's not based on need, but on mutual respect, spiritual connection, and a shared desire to grow together. So, as you continue to bloom in your own world, trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Your person is waking up, and while they may be a few steps behind, they are on their way, not to disrupt your peace, but to finally match it. This is not the end of your story. In many ways, it's just the beginning. I've tried talking to others about how I feel about you, hoping for understanding, hoping someone might help me make sense of everything that's going on inside me, but no one truly understands the connection we share. It's like trying to describe something invisible yet undeniable, something only we can feel. People listen, they nod, they offer advice, but in their eyes, I see the same thing over and over. They don't get it. They don't understand how deeply I care for you, how strong the bond feels even now, even with the distance between us. And the truth is, no matter how much I try to move forward or explain it away, I would do anything, to be with you again. When I see you talking to others, especially in a way that feels close or familiar, I feel this wave of jealousy rise inside me. I hate admitting it, but I can't control it. It doesn't come from a place of insecurity, it comes from caring too much. I know it might sound irrational or possessive, but the thought of losing your attention, of someone else becoming important to you, it just hurts. I wish I didn't feel this way, but I do. I'm not proud of it, but I want to be honest. These feelings aren't about control, they're about fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of not being in your life in the way I want to be. I guess that's what love does to us, it magnifies everything. In my heart, I know we're stronger together. I know we have something rare and powerful. I sense things about you that I don't think you realize I notice. I know more about you than you think, your moods, your quiet moments, the things you don't say. I see the parts of you try to hide from the world, and I love you all the more for them. I see your strength, your vulnerability, your kindness. I've watched you light up a room, and I've seen you withdraw into yourself when the world gets too loud. And even though I've pushed you away more times than I want to admit, maybe out of fear, maybe out of not knowing how to handle everything I felt, I never meant to hurt you. I know I did, and that guilt stays with me. You've been on my mind more than I've been on my own. I've spent hours, days, nights thinking about what I should have said, what I could have done differently. I've replayed moments with you like favorite scenes in a movie, wishing I could pause or rewind, just to relive the comfort of being near you. Sometimes I wish I could be a fly on the wall, not because I don't trust you, but because I miss the small details of your world. I want to know what you're doing, how you're feeling, what's going through your mind. I don't want to be intrusive, I just miss being part of your everyday life. I miss the version of me that existed when I was with you. My heart's been broken more times than I can count. I've built walls I didn't even know existed until you came along and, without trying, started to tear them down. I wasn't ready for love when it found me. I wasn't expecting it, and I certainly wasn't prepared to fall for someone like you, so deeply, so quickly. They say true love comes when you least expect it, and I didn't believe that until it happened to me. Until you. You showed up in my life like a quiet miracle, and everything changed. And now, I see that others are drawn to you too. I notice how people look at you, how they're pulled in by your presence. It stings, if I'm honest. Not because I don't think you deserve admiration, you do, endlessly, but because it reminds me that I'm not the only one who sees how amazing you are. It reminds me that I might not be the one standing by your side. Still, despite all this pain and confusion, when I think of you, something inside me settles. The chaos fades. The sadness dulls. You bring a peace no one else can, even in your absence. I've never loved anyone the way I love you. That love isn't perfect. It's messy, intense, complicated. But it's real. It's raw. It's the kind of love that doesn't fade with time or distance. I don't know how to move forward without carrying you in my heart. I'm scared to speak up, scared to reach out, because I don't want to make a fool of myself again. But I also can't stay silent forever. I don't know what the future holds for us. Maybe we're meant to find our way back to each other. Maybe we're just a chapter in each other's stories. But no matter what happens, I need you to know this: I loved you, I still do, and I probably always will. Your love, care, and presence in my life are truly irreplaceable. There's absolutely nothing and no one that could ever come close to what you mean to me. The way you show up with sincerity, the way you hold space for others with such patience and warmth, it's rare. And it's something I've come to deeply value, even if I didn't always know how to express it. Looking back, I realize that I haven't always treated you with the care and understanding you so rightly deserve. And for that, I am genuinely sorry. There were moments when I misunderstood you, when I reacted in ways that were more about me than about anything you had actually done. In truth, I was projecting my own unresolved pain and insecurities onto you. I didn't want to face my own shadow, the parts of myself that I've buried for so long. You didn't cause those feelings, but somehow you became the mirror that reflected them back to me. And that scared me more than I can put into words. You asked me things, deep, personal things, that touched wounds I've carried with me since childhood. Questions that no one had ever dared to ask. Questions that made me feel exposed, raw, and vulnerable. At first, I felt angry and triggered. I would push back, shut down, or even blame you, because facing those truths within myself felt overwhelming. But in the midst of all that emotion, there was also something beautiful, something that brought tears to my eyes. It was the realization that someone finally saw me. Not just the surface-level version of me, but the real, messy, hurting parts I've kept hidden for so long. It meant more than I can say that you wanted to understand me. That you cared enough to ask, even when I didn't have the answers. That you stayed, even when I tried to push you away. You became a source of light in places I thought would always remain dark. And yet, I let fear guide me. The fear of being vulnerable. The fear of being judged or rejected. The fear that if I truly let you in, you might see the broken pieces and decide I wasn't worth loving. So I ran, not physically, but emotionally. I created distance, I built walls, I acted like I didn't care, when in truth, I cared more than I've ever cared for anyone. I was afraid of opening up my heart, because I didn't know if I could handle what might happen if I did. I've never been taught how to hold love like yours. I didn't know how to receive it, and I certainly didn't know how to give it back in the way you deserved. But now, with a clearer heart and a more honest mind, I can say this: you are one of the most beautiful souls I've ever met. You are real, authentic, and loving in a way that is rare in this world. You have a gift for making people feel seen, heard, and valued. You see beyond the surface and connect with the soul beneath. And that's what you did with me. You saw me. The real me. And that's why, despite all my running, I've never been able to truly let you go. I love everything about you, your strength, your gentleness, your laughter, your honesty, even your silence when it comes from a place of thoughtfulness. But if I'm being honest, the one thing that still hurts is when you ignore me or choose not to speak. In those moments, my mind races with doubt and fear. I feel that familiar ache of abandonment, and the same fear that kept me from opening up returns. I know it's not always intentional, and I know you have your own space and boundaries, but I guess it just shows how much you mean to me, how deeply I care. What I want more than anything now is to stop running. I want to face my fears and meet you with the same honesty and love that you've shown me time and time again. I want to heal, not just for me, but for us, because you're worth it. We're worth it. I know I have a lot to learn and a lot of growing to do, but I want to try. I want to be better, not perfect, but honest, open, and present. Thank you for being patient with me, for loving me even when I couldn't love myself, for seeing through the masks I wore, and for reminding me of who I truly am beneath the fear and the pain. Your presence in my life has been a blessing I never expected, but one I now realize I can't imagine living without. If you still have space in your heart for me, I promise to meet you there, with truth, with vulnerability, and with love.